What's going on?
What's happening?
What's up? Everybody's down there saying what's up already. We got some folks hopping on quick.
Happy Thursday, everyone.
Yeah, happy Thursday. What's going on? Robert Phillips is in the house. UGA may win a championship next year. I love that. Who's Sean Spears? I really like that guy. All right, yeah. So we got quite a few folks that are jumping on now for the captain's meeting for Lake Panasoffkee. So we'll wait again about another minute or two for folks to hop on. I think we got 24 folks signed up right now, so 24 folks should be watching. Unless you plan on joining after this meeting or on Friday, make sure that you drop your name in the comment section below so you can receive credit for the mandatory captain's meeting. So something that we didn't do yet is a mandatory board check for this event. So yes, we will still. If this is your first event that you fished with this year, I'm going to Sean or someone. Can someone make a link now or make a post on the members only page for the board check? So you submit your board. Sean, you're muted.
I got it. I'll knock it out.
Okay, yeah. So if you can knock that out while we're Clutter. Oh, Clutter, why aren't you on here with us, man? I think is he just an angler for this one, or what is he doing? He didn't hop on. So right now, I think we got 24 folks signed up. So make sure that you guys drop your name in the comment section below, like you are currently doing, so that we can check you off and check off that box for you. So we'll do that. If you're watching this afterwards, drop your name in the comment section below. Also, if you guys would please go up. If you guys have questions about some of the specific tournament details, you can scroll up to the top of the comment section on this video and you will see lines in, lines out. The earliest launch time, I made a correction. It is 6 a.m., not 6:30 a.m. You'll see all of the event details for the tournament there in the comment section, as well as on the Fishing Chaos tournament dashboard. And I'm going to send out another email through Fishing Chaos following this live on Friday as a reminder for everybody. You will also be able to see the mandatory meetup for the post-event meetup, the award ceremony location. The address is also posted in this comment thread, as well as will be sent out in the following emails to follow this live. So right now we got 20 folks signed on, 21. So we'll get started here momentarily on the actual captain's meeting. So Sean's working on the that post now on the members only page for your board check. If you're new to us, and this is your first event of the year, what you need to do, if you haven't read the rules already, you will need to make sure that you go ahead and read the FKBT rules that are on Fishing Chaos. If you don't have them and don't know where to find them, message me. I will email them to you so that you're up to date on that and that you're well aware of all of the updates. But it is mandatory for all anglers competing in the FKBT to have a sticker centered on the inside of their bump board, and it will look like this. Just like we have there, it's centered 2 inches in diameter is the minimum requirement and centered. So there are FKBT stickers that we sent out or that we gave out through the first 3 or 4 events to our members for free. If you need one of those and you don't have one of those, you do not have to use an FKBT sticker. You can use any sticker that you'd like, just as long as it meets the minimum requirements stated in our rules as far as diameter, length, width, all that good stuff. If there's any questions on that, just let me know. Nothing too much with that. So I see there's quite a few people saying that they're going to sign up a little bit later. That's awesome. No worries. You have until 11:59 tomorrow night to sign up. So But yeah, y'all ready to get started? We're at 25, so we'll go ahead and get started. Real quick on some of the tournament details. As far as it's the same as it has been all year. There's really no changes to it. Lines in is going to be 7. Lines out is going to be 3. You can leave the launch area starting at 06. If you're at the boat ramp, you can launch before 06. You just cannot leave the immediate area of the boat launch. Once 6 a.m. hits, you can depart that area and head to your location. 7 a.m. lines in, 3 p.m. lines out. 3:30 is your last photo submission. If you're having issues with internet service or anything on the lake, it is your responsibility to make sure that you get off the water in time to go find cell phone service to upload those fish to the tournament dashboard.
There's pretty good service around there, especially since it's right next to the interstate. So it's pretty good.
Okay. Yeah. I haven't had any issues there, but if you guys are up in a river somewhere, and y'all don't have service, you make sure you get off the water in time to go find service somewhere. Because Sean did put a lot of river in play for this event. I haven't been down there. I don't even know how service is down there. So once you get far back into it, so make sure you do your due diligence and take care of what you need to take care of. The post-event meetup, the award ceremony. This is the change. We are not going to be meeting. We are not going to be meeting at Tracy's Point due to the amount of parking availability and everything there. So the location is posted at the very top of this comment thread. I will post it on the members only page. I will send an email out through Fishing Chaos. I will put it on the Fishing Chaos tournament dashboard. It's going to be posted everywhere, but it is 2085 North County Road, 470, Lake Panasoffkee, Florida, zip code 33538. And if Todd, you want to bring up that photo real quick?
Yeah.
It is a parking lot. It is the parking lot that you will pass if you're going into Tracy's Point. So it is across the street from that Family Dollar. It is a huge empty parking lot. You'll see my truck parked there. That's where we are going to host the award ceremony. There's also a barbecue restaurant right over near there as well. So following the award ceremony, I think a few of us might stop by and get some barbecue. So we kind of did it there so that folks don't have issues with parking at the award ceremony location. Again, that's a mandatory check-in. It is required for you to come there to sign in, and then you do not have to stay for the award ceremony, but that is a location where you will have to check in with me, and then you're free to leave. But we encourage you to stay for the award ceremony because we're going to do some giveaways and whatnot there and video the award ceremony. Happy belated birthday to who? Todd. Todd's birthday.
Mitchell.
When was your birthday, Todd? Oh, Mitchell.
Mitchell's.
That's what I was about to say. Todd, birthday. When was your birthday?
Mine's in October.
Okay. I was about to say. My boss. I got you confused with my boss. My boss just had a birthday. Okay, Timothy Gamble, thank you for that. Yeah, happy belated birthday, Murphy or Mitchell. And then Jason Denise said the barbecue is good at that barbecue joint, Todd. So I'm definitely going to get me some barbecue from there. But
yeah, I think it's called Fat Boys Barbecue.
Hey, I'll be a fat boy afterwards. Is it as good as Pearl's barbecue at Orange Lake, Scott Givens? If that's an inside, yeah, that was still also very good barbecue. Are there any questions on the tournament details, lines in, lines out, the award ceremony location, the making sure that you guys have the tournament are having a contrasting sticker engraving on the inside of your bump board? Again, the mandatory or the required measuring device is a catch measuring device. Make sure that you guys have, if you're running a motor. Make sure that you have the appropriate navigation lights. If you guys are, we will be launching before the sun comes up. So make sure you have your nav lights, your 360 light, and your flag. A flag is mandatory from lines in till lines out. Okay. Making sure that you guys have a high vis flag being flown from the time that you enter the water till the time that you exit the water is required. Navigation lights and the 360 light are required during times of low visibility and darkness. Timothy Campbell, if you scroll up to the top of this comment thread, you can find the exact address location for the award ceremony, and I will also be sending emails and everything out here in a minute. It is
Highlight Daniel's text too. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, Daniel Morris. He is are going to be the judge for this event. If you receive a text from an 816 number, that is Daniel Morris. He is our judge for this event. If you guys have any questions, again, you can contact myself, but Daniel is going to be contacting me in the event that he has any questions on fish submissions or anything. I will not be competing. So he will be utilizing me as a resource as well, but he will be judging the fish for this event. Okay. And yes, it's going to be cold, so make sure you guys are bundling up. But make sure, I cannot stress this enough, if you guys are new or this is your first event for the year, make sure that you guys understand the rules and regulations that are outlined in our rules. It is your responsibility to make sure that you guys are squared away so that would eliminate any confusion or any troubles that we may have tournament day. So do your due diligence, make sure that you take care of what you can take care of and what's in your control. And we'll do everything in our power to make sure that this event is ran as smoothly and professionally as possible. So I think I covered the majority of the stuff as regards to the tournament details. Again, we want to streamline this and not keep you guys on here for an hour and a half with this. So Sean, I'm going to turn it over to you for the launches, and then do a brief overview of any of the major rules that we need to go over. But we don't have to go through them line by line like we have been.
Yeah, I think you covered all the major rules specifically. Unless Todd, you have anything we need to highlight. I think Bailey hit the rules
I think
for the
we hit
most
it
part.
all.
If you're new, obviously, and you signed up for the tournament, and this goes for everybody else that's not new also, you checked a block that said have read and understand the rules, and then click that button. And so if you're a rules violation, it's going to result in either DQ from the event, DQ of a fish, or deduction on a fish. So, but go ahead, Bailey.
So Amy asked the question, if you're approved on board's last tournament, do we still need to post a pick?
Yes.
On that mandatory? Yes.
Yes.
So for each event, we're going to just do a mandatory board check. That's just so that we don't miss anybody or whatever. So if you're registered for the event, please just drop a comment, a picture on that Facebook post. And it'll just be easier that way, because if everyone does it, we won't run into any issues. But yeah, great question, Amy. I appreciate you asking that.
All right, so let me know when that pops up. My internet's kind of my internet's kind of glitchy tonight, but so this overlay is posted and pinned to the members only page. It's a Google Maps overlay that you can click on and use it as a tool to ensure you maintain inside the boundaries throughout the tournament. So each one of these blue dots down here off of 301 is a boundary. And then if we go off to the southwest right here off 48, right? So there was one question about this ramp. Let me know if that's lagging any. Are you guys zoomed in on Windhaven boat ramp, Todd?
Yeah.
All right, so this is the one ramp outside the boundaries that is authorized to launch from in the Withlacoochee River. So the Windhaven boat ramp right on the southwest side of 48. To be in bounds, you must go on the other side of the bridge of 48 to be in bounds. That is the only ramp that is eligible to be used outside the boundaries. And if you're unsure about boat ramps within the boundaries, the boat ramp finder, for if you Google search FWC boat ramp finder, it'll give you all available boat ramps. You have Coleman on the main lake. You have Coleman. You have Tracy's Point. You have one right here at this canal. It's a private business, Pana Vista Lodge. It's a fairly small boat ramp with a $3 fee, but all the boat ramp, they'll be all identified on that FWC boat ramp finder page. But so we have 301 out here to the east, 48, just like we talked about. We have this boundary right here by up past Trails End RV Park, and then up here to the north on 44. And sorry, I skipped one. So I am not 100% sure. It appears you can get the East Trails End Road from here, but that is also a boundary. Other than that, all this river within the boundaries is all eligible water. Lake Panasoffkee is eligible water up into, what is it, Jones Creek? Pending any questions on that, ensure you use this overlay if you're unsure if you're within the boundaries or not, and it'll pull up right on your Google Maps application on your phone. You can see where you're at versus my blue dot that I posted. So if any questions on that, that's all I have.
Thanks, Sean. We'll monitor the comment section below if folks have questions. If you're watching this after the live, you have questions, reach out to myself, Sean, or Todd, and we will make sure that you get squared away before lines end. That's why we're doing these on Thursday, so that gives folks ample time to read or watch this and then make sure that they got everything taken care of. Chris said, it looks like the wind is getting better. Yes, it is. We have been monitoring the weather daily. Sean and Todd and ourselves have been monitoring it to make sure that you guys are safe while out on the water. We don't want you guys to be out there in conditions that are not safe. Panasoffkee is a open lake with grass throughout it. But however, yes, it does get choppy if you're out in the middle of the lake and there's wind gusts that are reaching up into the 20 mile an hour to 25 mile an hour gusts. So you be smart. There is kind of areas where you can tuck away and get blocked, block the wind. But if you're doing a lot of fishing kind of out in the middle or, off of the bank, then yes, you will have to, I wouldn't say battle, but you will definitely have wind that will contest, be of a challenge. I know going out there, I've been out there and it was windy and I didn't have any issues. If you have a power pole or you have spot lock, you should be fine. It's not dangerous like that. I think the last time I looked, what's the wind look like, Sean?
I think what we said yesterday was like 11 on the high end and dropping throughout the day past what?
Let's do this. Thank you, Chris, for this. This is our weather segment of our live.
Hey, right before you get to the weather, I did get a question about, so there's a launch right above and below the dam, and whether the skid ramp for the airboats is going to be eligibly used due to swift water below the dam at one of the launches. I'll allow it, but just be aware of your surroundings before you get up on that thing and slide across it with your kayak. If there's an airboat, it's an airboat ramp, and I think only one person has that kayak. But if Sherman has a big water, the big water kayak doesn't do well on flat surfaces. So if you have a kayak hull style like that, be careful when you're crossing. If you're in a flatter hull style, it'll slide across pretty easily. But minus minus the big water. I haven't seen any really kayaks similar to that.
Yeah.
Because that thing does not do well on, like, if it's sit on something flat, it leans to the side one way. So if you decide to use that, I'll allow it. Just be careful. Make sure there's no airboats around, and be safe as you're crossing, and don't fall in swift water.
So Evan, hopefully that answered your questions. That is the only approved area where you guys can
portage.
That's the portage your kayak. That is it. If you guys see something that it doesn't look right, it probably isn't right, let us know. You can call me right away and we'll take care of it. We'll address it. We want folks to be safe.
I'll bring it up real quick.
Okay.
Well, you can talk to weather if you want. So and I'll just zoom in on the dam.
Yep. So looking at the weather, folks. So right now it's looking to be 70 degrees at midnight, and throughout the day it will get cooler. So at launch, early launch, it's going to be 60 degrees. At the 6 a.m., it's going to be around 60, and it's going to get a little bit cooler. At lines in, it's looking to be about 58 degrees outside, with winds going to be coming out of the north. No, yeah. What's the wind? The winds will be coming on Saturday.
Northwest.
Northwest. So from 4 to 12 miles an hour, which is not terrible at all. That's pretty common around this time of the year. But it will be a little bit cooler with your steady 4 to 8 mile an hour winds with gusts up to 8 miles
16
an hour.
To 17. 16 to 17.
Oh, yep, you're right. 16 to 17 mile an hour gusts. So not terrible, but I would assume there's going to be some folks that are going to be in the river, right? So if you guys haven't pre-fished the river, understanding the way the current flows, making sure that you can make it back to wherever you launched from is key. So if you're running batteries, just understand that current may drain that battery on the way back a lot quicker than it would with the current. So make sure that you guys stock up, charge your batteries, and that you are well calculated in how far you can go down that river to ensure that you can make it back to your launch point. Okay. Sean, you have that pulled up, so I'll let you go ahead and kind of talk on that.
Yeah, so at Wasong Park and Boat Ramp, you have the dam. As you can see here on the west, that's the kayak haul over point, also an airboat ramp. But if any questions, that's where it's at. That's the one spot you can portage.
And if you look to the far left right there, that right there is the portage kayak right there on the other side. Am I wrong? Sean? That where that gray dot is, that's the kayak launch.
Correct.
Right? Or the kayak.
Correct.
Okay, yeah. Cool. Any questions with that? We want people to be safe. So if something happens to you while you're on the water, you're in the river, make sure that you guys have your life vests on at all times. Make sure you have all the necessary required safety items on board with you. As far as what the United States Coast Guard says, hey, this is what needs to be on you at all times. Whistle. Make sure you have your phone; it's charged. Make sure you have everything that you need to be good to go there in the event something does happen. But yeah, definitely make sure you have our numbers on speed dial so that you can give us a call in the event that I need to come and take care of anything. All right. We covered that. What else do we need to cover, guys? Any questions? Does anyone have any questions that hasn't already been answered in the comments? Yeah, so the identifier from now on will be released at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. from here on out, identifiers will be released. Okay. Anything else that you guys as the angler needs from us? Again, I'll be sending out emails and updates and everything as the next day or two permits. So just about every hazard I saw on the river is near a boat ramp, just as an FYI. Yeah, be careful on the boat ramps in the river. There are gators, but with it being cold, they're not necessarily always out right now. But one of the biggest dangers with it being cold is the water, right? I don't know if you guys saw the post, but one of our members from last year was out on Lake Placid last weekend and about sank his Hobie and had to swim his kayak back to the boat launch or to the boat ramp. Be safe, be smart. I know we had Amy Brown made a post earlier last week or early, yeah, and she not flipped her kayak, but she fell out of her kayak retrieving a rod and reel that had fallen out of her kayak. Right, the water temps, yes, they're not super cold, but everyone I've been in so far has been low to mid 60s, which with wind and everything else can still pose a risk for some. So make sure you guys are taking care of yourselves while you're out there, and be mindful of be aware of your surroundings at all times.
And watch out for the airboats. They may or may not be running, but just to be on the safe side, especially in the river side of it, they'll come around one of the corners and may not see you. So just be aware, watch out for them. They have been very, very courteous when I was out there, but you just never know when you might one slip up on you.
Yeah. Real quick, this right here is the mandatory or the official identifier card for the FKBT. Any FKBT event, make sure that you guys have this identifier card in the photo. The full identifier card needs to be present in the photo. Okay. Making sure also, I'm going to pull this photo back up. Something that I did notice in previous tournaments was the placement of that identifier card. Okay. So I have this photo up here. This wasn't an FKBT event. So let me actually use, where's it at? This one, right? So you guys see that you can see the full image of the identifier. What I have seen are people putting this identifier card right next to the fish's tail. Right? So what that does is sometimes that blocks that the quarter-inch increment to where the judge can't see what that increment is. So make sure that you leave enough space if you're going to put it on your board. I would say if it's a 14-inch fish, go out to the 15 and a half inch mark to give the judge enough space after that to be able to identify where that tail meets on those increments. So there's no question if it is placed right next to the tail of the fish, we're going to DQ that submission. So just make sure that you leave us enough space to make sure that we can properly identify the accurate length of the fish. Any questions on that? That clarify it? If you guys are fishing multiple events on Panasoffkee, okay, make sure that you guys have our code on our identifier card to make sure that your fish get approved. If we see whatever the code is on another tournament identifier card, it's not going to get approved. Just an FYI there. So, pending any other questions on that, I think that hit it pretty well. That's just something that I've seen common. Make sure the fish's mouths are completely closed, no cracks. If it's a crack, and that exceeds a quarter or a large enough crack, we're just going to DQ the fish. If it's a minor crack, it's a half-inch deduction. But just make sure your fish's mouth is completely closed when you're submitting the picture. Another thing I would like to hit on is if your fish has anything that may seem that it let me get rid of this real quick. If your fish may seem like it is dead, or if we have to question that your fish is dead or anything of that nature, if anything appears to be wrong with the fish that could cause the judge to say, hey, I feel that this fish is dead, we will reach out to you. It's the tournament judge's discretion to reach out to you, and you will have to provide a release video of the proper way to do this. Chris Mitchell has plenty of videos on this if you watch Chris Mitchell, but the proper way to submit a video, if it's requested, is you will have the video started. You will show the fish on the bump board or on the catch board. This is my 17.5-inch fish. Make sure the identifier card is also visible in that video. This is my 17-inch fish. It is alive. You take the video is going, you lift the fish up, you put it in the water, and you record it swimming away. And that's it. I would say do this for all of your fish just to be safe. Take multiple photos if you can in the event that one of them is messed up or gets denied for some odd reason. Double and triple check your photos, and it's always in the best interest to take a video release of your fish in the event the judge reaches out to you and says, hey, can you provide a release video for that fish? If you cannot provide a release video, the judge will disqualify that fish. Any questions? That's pretty self-explanatory for all tournament platforms across the board. But again, it is the tournament director and judge's discretion on if a video is required. If we feel like that fish might have had a deformity in the eye, but we can clearly see that fish is alive and well, and it just got hooked in its eye, 3, 4, 5, 6 months ago, then we're not going to hound you for a video. But if we can see discoloration and things aren't adding up, then we will reach out to you and request a video. Fair enough? Everybody good to go on that? Can I get a thumbs up in the chat for everybody that is following that and understands that rule? Cool. I don't get thumbs up. That means I guess we don't understand. All right. What is it going to take to win on Lake Pan? What are you guys thinking the total is going to be, guys? I'm going to say 92.25. Hey, Amy, me and you on the same page. All right. Drop that in there. Drop that comment in there below. It looks like some of you guys, a limit. Harrelson said a limit. All right. So, yes. So 7-inch for the little lunker. Okay. So talking about the little lunker, I will be doing Little Debbie cakes for this event. So we're going to go and pick those up tomorrow. So Little Debbie will be getting some Little Debbie cakes. So, and a cool little lunker trophy. I don't know about you guys, but I actually just bought a, what is it called, Sean? What shirt did I just buy? What was it called?
It was called Big Deborah.
Big Deborah. Y'all are going to love the shirt I just bought. It's Big Deborah, and it's a large version of Little Debbie. And Doug Wilson said well over $100. Someone will find staging fish. I hope so. There's big fish out there. I can see someone out there catching like a 10 to 13 pounder for sure.
But it has been fishing tough.
It has been fishing tough, but there's fish out there, Todd, and we're going to catch them. I can tell you right now, you guys are going to catch them. I can feel it. I'm looking forward to handing out someone a 100+ sticker to somebody to join Todd and Sherman. So, that's all I got. That's all I have for that. 35 minutes is what it took for us to do the captain's meeting. I think that's a plus.
It's a record.
It's a record. Time. But we can take this time real quick to give a shout out to our sponsors that are sponsoring this event. Again, we got first place is going to be Mondo Fishing, Greg Gerdak, who is sponsoring a pair of Costa sunglasses for this event. Second place is Catch. You guys are going to get a $50 gift card to Catch. And then for third place is going to be Lou's Fishing. You guys are going to get a $50 gift card on top of your winnings for Lou's as well. So fantastic job there. My wife is feeding our dogs treats, so sorry if they get loud here in a second. And then on top of that, we have big bass spear point. We got a spear point hooks package for the big bass for this event. Last time I checked, 24 folks signed up for big bass, so that would put us at 120 right now is the big bass check for this event. And then we got a bunch of Torn Outdoor baits and Strike King lures, some Strike King baits as well, to give away. So some good stuff for the giveaway. And we still have our Torpedo gift card as well. So, but yeah, let's do a quick shout out to some of our other sponsors. Todd, if I'll turn that over to you and let you talk on a few of them.
All right. Well, we got, of course, 13 Fishing, Strike King, Van Hunks, who has been a great supporter of our club over the last couple of years. We really appreciate them. Dakota Lithium, again, Torpedo and Torn Outdoors, Yak Attack, Road Gear, Ego Fishing, Cross Kicks, again, Spear Point, Performance Hooks, Mondo's Fishing, and yours truly.
Yeah, Todd with Quote prints and promos. One thing with Van Hunks, guys, something I want to hit. If you guys are interested in being like an ambassador or wanting to kind of do some, or want to be a part of the Van Hunks kayaks community and team, let me know. I can get you in contact with Tyrone, who is the one that runs and owns Van Hunks kayaks here in the U.S. So. There is an affiliate program that you guys can take part in as members of our club, and ambassadors for them in their kayaks. So if that's something you're interested in, please reach out to me. I will get you in contact with Ty. They are going to be at the Lake. What is it? Lake Instapoga. Yeah, and if you guys are interested and want to and fish out of one of their kayaks for that event. That's definitely something that we can put together and see how that works. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know. I know there's a few anglers that might be interested in purchasing one of those kayaks. This would be a great opportunity for you guys to be kind of an ambassador and an affiliate with them, but also get a chance to fish out of their kayaks too. So definitely let us know. We'll get you in contact with the right people and get you taken care of. As well as for those anglers that are, this is outside of the FKBT. For those anglers that competed last year and qualified for the KBF National Championship, I posted in the FKBT members only page last year. I will repost those qualifiers that qualified for the KBF National Championship for 2024 through the FKBT, so that you guys can get registered on that page. On the KBF website. So I will post that here tonight sometime. I got to find that list. I will resubmit it to the members only page and tag those folks as well. So just be on the lookout for that. Cool. All right. Pending any other questions, comments, or concerns, that concludes the mandatory captains meeting for Lake Panasoffkee event. Remember, registration ends at 11:59 tomorrow night. The registration code will be released at 7. And if you guys have any questions, make sure that you reach out to myself, Sean, or Todd before lines in, so we can make sure that we address anything that needs to be addressed. Cool. Tight lines. We will see you guys. Do what?
Robert Phillips said already signed up. Are you already signed up for the national championship? Or
yeah, he's already signed up for the national championship. So gotcha. I will still be, regardless, I'm still going to be sending that link out to folks just in case they forgot. But tight lines, we'll see you guys on Saturday. Be safe out there. If you have any questions, reach out to us. We'll make sure to take care of you. We'll see you guys on Saturday.
Yep. Safe travels up there.